Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called First Detective. In 1842, something important happened in the history of law enforcement. The first British detective force was created as part of the Metropolitan Police. This was a big change that helped make stopping and preventing crimes better, not only in Britain, but also in other places. During the 1800s, cities in Britain grew quickly and got more factories and machines. This was good for progress, but it also made new kinds of crimes happen. The usual ways that police officers worked, like wearing uniforms and walking around on the streets, were not enough to stop these new crimes. People realized they needed a special group of police who were experts at finding hidden criminals. On this day, 15th of August 1842, the first regular British detective force was started. This was a new group inside the Metropolitan Police, which was already an important group that was started in 1829 by a person named Sir Robert Peel. These detectives were a secret part of the police, and their job was to gather secret information, solve complicated crimes, and catch bad people who were hard to find. The first detectives had many challenges. They didn't have rules or examples to follow, like the detectives we see in stories about Sherlock Holmes. They were like explorers and made up new ways of working. One big problem was that people didn't understand detectives who dressed like regular people instead of wearing uniforms. Most people thought police should look a certain way, so the detectives had to show that they were valuable and important in different ways. Detectives also had to learn how to catch criminals who were getting smarter and doing new things. They had to learn how to watch secretly, pretend to be different people, and gather hidden information. Sometimes they had to be actors and use fake names to keep their true identities hidden. Creating the first British detective force in 1842 changed how the police worked. They started doing things in a new and better way to solve crimes. This way of working helped make modern detective work. The things detectives learned back then still help police all around the world today. This new way of doing things also showed that police need to change and adapt to new problems. It taught us that being ready to solve different problems and crimes is really important. Special groups of police who are experts can also make sure everyone is safe. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.